Hiya, welcome to the episode. My name's Pete. We are continuing on with the Driffield to Market Weighton railway line. We're now at Kellythorpe. We're going to try and go on all the way up to the next station. You should see that this episode, all being well. And let's crack on, let's go up there and see what there is. We are now across the road at Kellythorpe with the signal box being there. It's our cottage there and the track bed. We think we'll have gone slightly down that way there, so we'll try and get down there. There is a bridge, so hopefully we can get to it. So cottage being there, track bed sweeping down here, and now we're on it. Over the years it has been gone up and down a little bit, but over there's a bit of a hump in the ground and there's supposed to be a bridge there. I've never seen it before, so let's go, let's have a look and we'll get some pictures of this bridge. So that's where I was just talking about here, where I think this would have been a 6 or 7 foot embankment. It's all been taken away. There is absolutely no sign that there was once a railway there. The only thing that may give it away to you is a hump here. This is about 6 foot higher to where I was just stood, and I'm led to believe that there is a bridge around here somewhere. I'm going to try and get some pictures of it for you. There's the beck, there's the top of the wall there on this side, there's a beck there. Can't quite see the wall at this side. The undergrowth is a bit much at the moment, so we'll see if we can get down there and look back at the bridge at one of these sides. So we've managed to come down the embankment here. This looks like what could potentially be original fencing from when this railway was built, and this is our bridge. It's in a bit of a state of disrepair, but this is only the face. What gets all the weather, the cold, the damp and the water. But if we can see inside the arch, it is in fabulous condition. Now I'm pretty certain we're not going to be able to get down the other side, so we can only go about a further 200 yards across the top of this bridge. So this is our bridge here, back on the original track bed level. Now we can only go as far as there. Up there is open farmers' fields, well cultivated. You can see a bit of track from Google Earth, and I've just put you down the embankment here. We've got some fence posts there, a fence post there, there's a few of those around. And we can only get as far as here, so there's no point in going any further, and we'll pick up the track bed at the other side of all the cultivated land. Now we've got back onto the track bed. Now about 15-20 metres that way is a field, and it's all thicket to get through, and there isn't a lot left for this track. It was soon lifted after it closed down. So behind there's about 3 fields that have all been ploughed, levelled out, and it was a slight embankment, and now we've caught up with that slight embankment 3 fields over, and we'll continue on and we'll show you what's left. Just bear with me, I'll turn you around and I'll show you something. Now that's the direction we're going, travelling towards Southburn station, our next stop. But on our trek to where we are now, all down the right hand side are typical concrete railway posts. I can get through here, so I can get in there and show you a little bit closer. They've got modern wiring on them, but through there, when I get a bit further up there, I'll show you them a bit closer. But on the left hand side, it's all modern and fairly new wood. They've all been replaced. So we've got a couple of miles to walk up there. We're on a slight embankment, and it is pretty much a slight embankment all the way through to Southburn station. Now I can get through here and I can show you one of these railway posts. What still exists, there's hundreds of them all down this side of the line. As you can see, are the concrete posts. We'll get back onto the embankment. I've got all that thicket there to get through, and when I come across something I'll switch it on and I'll show you it. So we've come a few hundred yards up. There is a railway bridge there. Film that when we get to it. We've still got concrete posts all up this side, but what we found in the undergrowth down here, I don't know what it is. Perhaps a base of a signal post there. It's really quite substantial metal. It's really thick. Fixed into the ground, we can't move it, but next to it we've also got that iron rod there. Potentially an earthing cable or an anchorage or something like that for this, and we think this might have been a signal. We're not certain why. Fairies everywhere. But what we do know is there's a farmer's gate here on the embankment and a bridge there, but really the station's probably, what, I don't know, a mile away?
Mile and a half.
Further that way, so we don't know if that was a signal post or not. Okay, so we'll carry on. To get a look at that bridge, we've come off the embankment, we've come over the farmer's gate, and we've noticed these remains of some sleepers. They have been cut off, they're only short sections. When they were taking the track up, they more than likely cut them, thought I'm not coming back for them four, and left them. So we're going to go through there and try and get a look at that bridge. I'm hoping you can see that. This is as close as we're going to get. It's just through there, you can see the arch. It's got the forecourse going round the edge. Top of the bridge has crumbled away, so we can't see that. And it's got that same sort of angled brick lining the arch, like what we saw in the first video at Driffield Showground. If you've not seen that, go back and have a look. And that is pretty much as that bridge as we're going to get to see. Here we are on top of the bridge, and we've found a telegraph pole. Been repurposed. Whether that's original or not, we're not sure, but as I said, looking at the decomposition of it, good chance. Now there's the bridge edge there, nothing above, no parapet there. We'll go over to the other side here. I'm going to try and wave you over the edge to see if you can get any images. Now look at that, I can't see where the actual edge is, so I do not want to fall down there into what looks fairly stagnant. I'm just going to tip you over. It don't look like you can see anything. Now our way to Kirkburn is pretty much in between that line of trees there and what goes through that wood, so it's all overgrown there, and we'll pick you up in that wood because we do have another bridge. Now our track bed where we've just come from is about there, and I'm stood it right in the centre of it now. I'm going to turn around and I'll show you where it goes. Straight through there, straight through that hole. There is a bridge in there which I'll show you. We're going to go through probably about 20 metres of wood which is just overgrown. There's no relics or remnants except the bridge, so I'll switch you on when we get back to that bridge. So to update you, we've just come through the field. The wood is at the other side of this field here. This is where the line would come, and then straight up there. This here is a bridge. Again, it's a similar style. It seems to me so far all the bridges we've come across covering waterways, and they're all of the same design. You can see that there. This one we can see the blue brick on the top. We've got the forecourse with the angled fascia bricks on end, and round there I can't get any closer to that side. we will have a quick nip over to the other side of the bridge, which is there. So I'm glad I tried to get to the other side. This is really quite special. You can see how tall that archway is there, and we've got a little waterfall coming out into quite a deep river. Imagine there's trout in here. It's probably about half a metre where we are, and it does look to probably get about a metre deep around there. But look at that, how beautiful is that? Got our blue brick around it. It doesn't look like it's failing off to the side, it looks like it was deliberately built that way, and we've just got that little chute coming down into here. Absolutely lovely. Hope you're enjoying that. Okay, so our track coming through this way, our lovely arch down there for that bridge. Then we're going up here. This is back on the track bed. Next stop, Southburn station. Okay, so I'm back here on a different day now because I ran out of time the other day. This is where we've come from, and where I'm stood now would have been a level crossing across this road. About here would have been a signal box. On the other side of the hedge would have been a pedestrian crossing, and the station is through there, and then just behind that car there, and just behind that car there, are station cottages. Those are still standing, and that's where the coal drops were, and the goods line where that came in. And then through there, like I say, is where the station was. So we'll go over and we'll have a look at the railway cottages. This is where we were, just here, and these are station cottages. Now down in there is where the sidings were, and the goods line for coal and goods, and this is where the staff will have lived. Station master, perhaps the gatekeeper, maybe somebody for working on the goods side of things. 3 cottages there. The sign up there does say station cottages. If we look down here, we've got original gateways for the railway. And at that side, and these ones here, we've still got the catch on the top there of where the gate used to be. So we'll go into the site of the station and I'll tell you a little bit about it while we're in there. So here we are. This is the platform edge down there, and that building there is where the station was. There are some photographs which I will match up and I'll put them on. Now it's difficult to get any bearings with it. The only landmark we have is the remains of the platform, which I'll show you shortly. So this is the remains of Southburn station. It opened the 1st of May 1890 and it closed on the 20th of September 1954 to passengers. But the line through and the goods sheds over there, the goods and coal sidings, remained open until 1964. It fell victim to beaching cuts. Sorry. It had 2 facing platforms, and it also had a total of 3 sidings and a 2-ton loading crane, and this was all demolished soon after closure. Now it's difficult to see that there, but we will go down here because we can get in there. This is the track bed. It's ever such a slight cutting down. Now that line there is where the other side of the platform was, but it's been demolished as that one. But this side where the station was is still here, and we'll go a little bit further up. There is really not a lot left. Of this at all. Now somewhere just slightly beyond this hump here is where the wooden crossing would have been for the pedestrians to get to the other platform at that side. Now there's really next to nothing left down here, but there is some facing bricks what I can get close to, just to give you a bit more of a definition that there is actually, or was, something here. There you go. This is all that remains. The copings are missing from the top. It is documented that they went missing. Now, interestingly enough, it's been reported at this station there was an aircraft accident, and it was by a Gloucester Meteor aircraft, a Mark 7. It had 2 occupants and it set off from Driffield airfield, and that was its destination. It was a training ship, a training plane, sorry. And the local rumours have it is that it crashed into the station, whereas any evidence of that is difficult to come across. I've not found anything other than it crashed at Southburn. Now it's likely, I think, that it crashed local to the station, close by, and this happened on the 20th of November in 1951. It killed the pilot who was training and the trainer pilot. And there we are, look, there is more platform edge. This is right where the station building was. Like I said, we will line up some photographs for you, but we will walk right to the edge of the platform, right to the end. We can see it here, you can see the brickwork down there. And down here as well, bits of old wood down there as well. I don't see a lot else. I don't see any platform on the other side. Now, as you can see, it is all quite overgrown. Again, well, I'll go down here if I can, because that is probably the deepest bit of platform we'll get to see. And it more or less finished just through there, and the line continues up through there, up through the undergrowth and on. However, there is a spur just a little bit further up that goes round to the left. Not many people know about that, and if you want to know about that, you're going to have to come back for the next episode. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode at Southburn Station, where we've ended up. I'm stood on what remains of the platform, sadly all gone. I don't know why they do this to knock these places down. Behind me is where you see the track bed up to our next station. I think it's Weighton, if I remember rightly. Now just a little bit up there was a spare that comes off. Now there's no maps on this, and if you look on Google Earth you can trace it very faintly. So I did a bit of research into it once it was pointed out to me, and it is something, and it's worth investigating. And there is some infrastructure of that left. This little spur would have only been there for about 4 years, maybe 5 at a push. So in the next episode we'll investigate that little spur, we'll get up to the next station. So if you want to see that, please like, share and subscribe, and in the meantime, take care.